It's not about agenda. It's not about mobilizing people. It's about dialing for corporate dollars. These two parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.
As the investigation into Friday's failed airline attack continues, one major question is whether the suspect had help or was part of a larger plot. Well, according to one witness, Umar Farouk Abdul Mutallab was not alone at the airport in Amsterdam when he was about to board the plane. A Michigan man named Kurt Haskell, who happens to be a lawyer, was a passenger on Flight 253. He was with his wife, also a lawyer. Now, Mr. Haskell says he saw Abdul Mutallab with a well-dressed man, and according to Mr. Haskell, the two were trying to get ticket agents to let him on board the plane without a passport. Well, that story now has Dutch authorities investigating the possibility of an accomplice. Kurt Haskell joins us now on the telephone from Taylor, Michigan. And Kurt, thanks very much. So you're standing with your wife or sitting near the boarding gate, and the suspect approaches. Tell us what you saw and heard.
Sure. How are you doing today?
Fine, thanks.
The suspect approached with a well-dressed Indian man. He looked like he was wealthy, maybe around age 50, and obviously he wasn't the suspect. Yeah, to me, he just looked like a poor black teenager, maybe around 16 or 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't doing anything out of the ordinary except that they were together, which they kind of looked like an odd couple to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of caught my curiosity, so I watched them as they approached the ticket agent. And I was about 10 feet away, sitting on the floor, and it was pretty quiet. I could hear, the conversation pretty well. And only the Indian man spoke. And what he said was, this man needs to board the plane, and he doesn't have a passport. And the ticket agent then responded saying, well, you need a passport to board the plane. And the Indian man then said, he's from Sudan. We do this all the time. And the ticket agent then responded, well, you'll need to go talk to my manager then, and pointed the two men down a hallway, to which they then went down. And then we subsequently boarded the plane. I never saw the Indian man again, and I never saw the black man again until he tried to blow up our plane.
The well-dressed Indian man, was it your sense that he was an employee, perhaps, of security there, or the airport, or the airline, or not?
I can't say for sure, but that wasn't the impression that I got. He didn't have any kind of badge on or any kind of documents, and he didn't really seem to be acting in any kind of official capacity. It was more like he was trying to bully or convince this ticket agent that she needed to let this man on.
Yeah, and obviously,
or like he was some kind of authority figure to the terrorists.
All right, so it's altogether possible he either convinced the manager or, as you pointed out on your blog, maybe there was a bribe involved.
Yeah, that's pure speculation on my part. I don't know. I don't really know.
Right.
All I know is that they went to see the security manager, and later on the terrorists ended up on the plane, and the Indian man did not.
Fast forward, the plane lands safely, although obviously, given the terror attack or the attempted terror attack, a great deal of commotion. And then you see someone else being arrested other than Mutallab?
I wouldn't use the word arrested. What I saw was bomb-sniffing dogs were brought in. One of them made a reaction to one of the carry-on bags of a different Indian gentleman who I would say was around age 30.
Mm-hmm.
They immediately escorted him to an interrogation room where he was held for about an hour, at which point he came out, was handcuffed, and taken away. Subsequent comments made by the FBI alarmed me a little more. They immediately moved us to a different room and said, the room you're in now is not safe. Read between the lines. I'm sure you're smart people and can figure out why you're being moved.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to me, that says one thing, that there was a bomb, but, I don't have any verification of that specifically.
Kurt Haskell, who's a lawyer who was there and observed Mutallab trying to get on board without a passport. Thanks very much for sharing the story, Christian.